Let's go to Patrick. Patrick is next on PTL. What's up, Patrick?
Hey, Brian. Good to talk to you again, man. In regards to our conversation yesterday, buddy, this thing with Tim Walz, I think it's clear that he misspoke about the school shooter being friends with them. I don't think there's any evidence, my man, that he actually met with any school shooters.
I never said he met.
If I'm wrong.
I never said he met with any school shooters. I never said that yesterday.
In our conversation, you said he was meeting with school shooters to deter future school shootings and determine what's causing them to do it. Is that right?
Patrick, I never said he met with a school shooter. Now, his statements that he made yesterday on the debate stage when he said that he befriended, I believe that was the term that he uses, he clarified his statements yesterday. When I hear somebody make a statement like that, I know that Tim Walz comes from the right place. He doesn't want to just be friends and hang out with murderers, okay? He clarified his statement. Sadly, sometimes Tim Walz, and this happens, you misspeak. He was talking about David Hogg. Okay, well, that's fine. If you want to call him a knucklehead, that's fine. Do you have a problem like when Donald Trump misspeaks?
He called himself a knucklehead, Brian. That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha. So would you characterize Donald Trump as a knucklehead? Like when Donald Trump talks about ripping up the Constitution, or when Donald Trump has nicknames for people, or when Donald Trump talks about Hannibal Lecter or electrocuting sharks, would you characterize Donald Trump as a knucklehead? Or is it just Tim Walz because of that statement? I'm just asking.
Well, I think we need to go back to yesterday's conversation.
No, I think we need to go back. No, I think we need to. No,
you're trying to correct yourself.
I think we need to go back. No, I think you look stupid, sir, with all due respect. I think we need to go back to that same question. You just called Tim Walz a knucklehead for misspeaking. I am asking you a very specific question. We're not going back to yesterday. We're going back to right now. When Donald Trump talks about Hannibal Lecter or electrocuting sharks, or when Donald Trump makes idiotic, stupid statements like Kamala turned black, would you also characterize that as knucklehead statements? It's a very simple question, sir. Go ahead and answer it, Patrick.
I think Trump is very entertaining. I think he's funny.
Okay, gotcha. So you think it's entertaining and funny when you say Kamala Harris turned black. You think it's entertaining and funny when you lie about legal Haitian immigrants eating cats and dogs and stealing your pets. You think it's funny when he has nicknames for all sorts of different people that he doesn't like. You think it's funny when he incites violence and he says, I'd like to rough that guy up. I'll pay your legal bills if you rough that guy up. Would you characterize, Patrick, those statements as being funny?
Hey, speaking about the Donald.
No. You're going to answer my question. You're not changing the subject. When he says he doesn't respect a POW for being captured, would you characterize that as, quote, entertaining and funny?
I'm talking about Kamala being black.
I'm not.
And funny enough.
You think that's funny?
You mentioned that. Brian.
You think that's funny?
You mentioned that.
Do you think that's funny?
It is funny because
it's funny. So it's funny to attack somebody's race.
Don Lemon in 2019 argued with his panel that she was not black.
This conversation has nothing to do with Don Lemon. It has to do with you and me and the statements of Donald Trump. You said you like his entertaining comments and you think he's funny. This has nothing to do with Don Lemon, and I'm going to ask you the question again. Do you think, Patrick, it's funny to attack somebody and to attack their race or lack thereof when we know that Kamala Harris's father is from Jamaica and we know her mother is from India? Do you think it's funny for the former president of the United States, trying to be the leader of the free world once again, to say somebody turned black? I'm asking you, Patrick, and that has nothing to do with anybody else. Do you think that's funny?
Well, I agree with Don Lemon that I think it's pandering when you.
I didn't ask you. I don't care. That wasn't the question. Patrick,
she's not black.
Patrick,
everybody knows she's not black.
Patrick, when did you turn stupid?
I agree with Don Lemon.
Patrick,
what can I say, man?
Patrick,
I hate to say that.
Patrick,
I agree with Don Lemon.
Patrick, I'm just being funny and entertaining. When did you turn into a racist? When did you turn stupid?
That's funny, man.
I'm entertaining. I'm being entertaining. I'm being funny.
Conversation. And you know what?
He is black.
Tell you again,
hey, Patrick.
The news cycle is going to be a nightmare and an uphill battle for this administration. Right. Now with the disaster and the FEMA response.
What was the disaster?
Israel war that's
whoa. Let's go one at a time. I know what you want to deflect. Joe Biden has released the governors. Okay, well, let's talk about the FEMA response since you have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. They implemented the maximum amount of funds that they could release when it came to FEMA. The Republican governors even admitted that Joe Biden has done anything and everything that they've asked for, and that they had everything they could possibly ask for. So please explain to me how Joe Biden failed. Answer the question.
Why is the whole area right now under a no-fly zone and resources aren't being allowed to be flown in?
Okay, the reason why, first of all, that is not true. There are resources and there are people that are helping and bringing food and water. So what you just said is not factually accurate. It is still extremely volatile and dangerous situation. But you see, people like you don't understand the funds that were allocated. And you also don't understand the Republicans are the ones that are the reasons, including Donald Trump, who had a maximum payment of $500. Republicans are the ones that keep shooting down what Joe Biden has tried to implement, which was more money to help people when it came to relief. We heard the same thing in Maui from people like you, quite frankly, Patrick.
And these people don't need money right now. They need baby formula. They need water. They need food to survive.
Do you have the statistics? Do you have the statistics? Do you know what they have allocated in the food and water and what they have done? Or are you the type of person that thinks Donald Trump's visit out there?
Brian,
if they don't need money, if they don't need money,
what they allocate if they're not receiving it, if these supplies
they have received it. What are you talking about? He implemented this act and he put stuff in place from FEMA already.
There's a no-fly zone over the whole area because.
So what did Donald Trump do? So what did Donald Trump do? So what? Oh, you want to talk about a photo shoot? What did Donald Trump do when he set up bricks in front of where he spoke? What did Donald Trump do? What did he do? Did he give people food and water?
It didn't cause a no-fly zone over the whole area.
All right, Patrick. I appreciate the call, Patrick. Thank you so much for calling in. We got Patrick who wants to talk about a no-fly zone. Holy smokes.